All right, so today we're going to be working on this 2011 Corolla S. So I'm going to be doing the spark plugs. So I'm going to just open this up. We're going to be popping this hood. Oh, I already popped it earlier. That's why you didn't hear it. But anyhow, you just come on over here. Push this little tab right here. It's on the driver's side. You with your pointer finger, if you can see mine, pointer finger, well, you can't see it, but it's under the hood. I'm lifting up, and that should get it going. All right, so it's a little dirty up in here. But anyways, you just take this right here. I'm gonna put that up in here. Yep, so let's do that real quick. While I'm holding it, so bear with me. There we go, just like that. All right, now we are inside. So first thing we want to do, inside the hood, first thing we want to do is we just want to pop this off. So let's see, it's already cracked, so gotta be careful. Just lift up the side like that, lift up on this side, and bring that on over here. Put that to the side. Okay. So now we're going to be using a socket wrench, which I got right here. And we are going to have a 10mm socket. That's what we're going to be using, which I believe is right here. Yep, there it is. I already have it on my little mini extension. Plug that in real quick. All right, so now we're ready. So let me explain what you're gonna need. You're gonna need this socket wrench. You're gonna need a 10mm socket. The extension's not really necessary until you start to do the spark plugs, because see, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna just be taking off 1, 2, 3, and where's that fourth one? There it is, 4. For there's those 10mm bolts. All right, so here's what you'll need. You'll need, we got the dielectric connector protector. So dielectric grease or lube, whatever you want to call it. We got 2 of those just in case. And then anti-seize lubricant, you're gonna need that. Okay, so we got those there. And of course, your spark plugs. So I got these off of Amazon. We'll put the details in the video or in there somewhere. We'll put them in, we'll make sure you know where to get these from. All right, so now the fun part. All right, so we're just gonna start off by using this 10mm socket to loosen this up. Let's see. So one thing that I heard in like other videos is like sometimes this could get in the way. You could just push it up if you need to. That's what I'm gonna do if I run into problems, but we'll see. Let's see how it goes. This thing is kind of hot still. All right, so we're just loosening all these up. All 4 of these. Let's see. Okay, I see what they mean, because this is like running into this. There we go. Should be able to loosen that just like that. All right. Get this next one. Doing this one-handed while recording, so bear with me. All right. This might be the one that gives us a lot of trouble. Oh, look at that. I still got it. All right. So now that we have those loose, just use our fingers. And this is pretty hot, so I'm probably just gonna let it cool down. Once I take these out, we'll see. but I definitely recommend letting it cool down, just because you don't want to work on a hot car like after you've driven it. And I just had to go get that dielectric grease, so I was using this vehicle. So we'll see how it goes. If it gets too hot, I'm gonna just pause and we'll get. Now we have these little connectors here. You want to just push on this tab, pull a little bit. I heard these were a little pain to get undone. So if that's the case, which it looks like it will be, I have one of these little, it's like a little screwdriver, like it's really thin. I don't know if you can see that, but yep, I'm gonna just do my best to try to use that to get underneath this little tab right here without breaking it, because that's the last thing we want to do. But you know what? I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna go grab my phone holder so that I can use both hands to do this. Let me just make sure we can see my hands. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna just get underneath here while pulling this tab and just give it a little help. Okay. Oh, there we go. Got that one undone. All right. Hopefully these other ones are a little smoother than this. We got that unplugged. Let's pull that one out. Okay, we're just gonna rest these up here in order. So here we go. Here's the first one. Just gonna put that up there. Move on to the next. I just have two extensions here. You know, I put them together like so. There's one extension. Here's the other. Put them together. And on here, I have, it's a little out of focus, but there we go. So it's a 3/8 drive, 14 millimeter magnetic, thin wall spark plug socket. So I'll put the details and the price in there as well, so you can know that. But anyhow, we're gonna take that socket we were using earlier. We're gonna take that 10 millimeter off, and we're just gonna connect it here. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we just wanna come down in here. Or is that right? Or this the other way? Hold on, let me see. Let me get down in there. See, this is the part where they mentioned you might have to lift this bad boy up. There we go. So righty tighty, lefty loosey. So let's see what we could do. I'm just gonna lift that up real quick. Okay, we can make sure that's in there. All right, we got it in. Now let's connect it to the wrench. Socket wrench. Okay, let's loosen that up. Okay, once we have that loose, we have one of these little magnetic things where when you drop screws, you can use this. Pull that up. Let's push that down in there. Take that out. Nope, that's still not loose. All right, let's keep going. Put that socket back on. There we go. Let's get down in there. All right, so the first one came out. See that? Just like that. Let's make sure we pull that out of there.
Pull that out. Ooh, that is hot. So there we go. Got the first one out. Let's just keep repeating the process down the line. Head over to the second one. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our new spark plugs right here. Open these up, and I'll give a link in the description, all that good stuff. So we're gonna take our anti-seize lubricant. So we're just gonna put some of that on there like so. Like this. I just use my finger. We're gonna take our first one, and we're also gonna put some dielectric, grease in there. So this goes inside of this part. So make sure there's some grease there. Just put that back, just like this. All right. So we're gonna put our first one in. Be careful, push that down. We're gonna spin this to the left now, because we're gonna be tightening it up, so. All right, there we go, magnet. Feed that down there. Come on, please pull that up, there we go. Just like that. So we're gonna do this a little different to make sure you're doing this properly. So I have this little hose here. We're just gonna pop the top on like that. Now we could just feed it down there. Now we can hand tighten that. So let's just shorten this a little so we could actually spin it around. This part. There we go. All right, now we can take that and spin it. All right, so that's snug in there. Now, with this being pushed to the left, let's feed it down there and tighten it up. Just like that, hand tight. So I'm basically pulling, like kind of, I don't want to overdo it, so I feel like that's a good spot to stop based on the info I got from the YouTuber I watched. Shout out to him. There's our first one. So, okay, now that remember, we have the dielectric grease already in there, so we should be able to just pop this back on, like so. All right, take this 10mm bolt. You know, just screw that back in, just like this. And so I already have my socket up here set up. So I'm gonna just take that, pop this one on, put that one back on, and we're just gonna tighten this up. And we're gonna repeat that process for the 3 remaining coils. Alright. So now we're just gonna pop this back on. Let's make sure that's right side up. Don't do what I did. Just like that, we are done.